Hi, I'm Joel Crandall, and I'm Joel Crandall. I'm the creator and the developer of the Voila method. And today I'd like to take a moment to talk with you about innate human behavior. And what do I mean by that? As we know, most of our trauma or drama, whatever you want to call it, that we deal with as adults occurred as childhood trauma. So you have this learned behavior. That's what innate human behavior is, an innate behavior that you have learned or picked up or has become part of your belief system. And it's really important to know what your go-to mechanism is, right? So for what we call the reptilian brain, or you can even call it the egoic brain. It's the part of the brain that puts you into survival mode. It's all about me now, and it has to be, for the mind, it has to be that way. And this is what happens when you feel like you are out of control. An interesting thing happens. You will grab on and try to control everything in order to make up for your lack of feeling out of control. And what this does is it has a adverse and a reverse effect. It doesn't do what you think it does. It doesn't give you control. It actually makes you lose more control by thinking you are in control. And that's that egoic brain, that mind that's going off on you. So you have to be aware of it. And that's what we do with the Voila method, is we can kind of, this is what we do in the more advanced levels of the Voila method, is to help you identify what your go-to mechanism is when you're under stress, when you're under trauma. Is it fight, flight, freeze? And it can be any combination of those as well. Those are just the ones that we are most familiar with, so that's what I'm going to stick with here. And it's like we don't even realize that that's the mode that we go into, because it's innate. It's just quick, and we'll just go into that self-preservation. And that isolates us, because I have to do it all on my own, right? A friend of mine posted a great thing about stress, and the basic of it is you're trying to do everything solo. You're trying to do everything on your own instead of reaching out for help or being vulnerable enough to ask for help. So this innate human behavior is great because it does keep us in survival, but it also can be very detrimental. So we have to keep everything in balance. And in that will take us into a previous video that I did about your true intuition, and people thinking that they're reaching their intuition when they're actually accessing their egoic bias, because they're in a state of fight, flight, or freeze, so they can't not be present. And you have to be present in order to access your intuition. So hit like, hit subscribe. I'll do these videos when the moment hits to pop up. I have an idea or a thought. You might have an idea or a thought that you might want me to talk about, so go ahead and leave that in the comments. But I just want to talk about that innate human behavior. And it's fantastic. My neighbor, we're kind of like the Tool Time guys. We talk over the fence. And he's helped me out a lot in that he helps me see stuff that I'm not familiar with. And I won't go deep into his background. But one of the things that he had taught me is when you are in a certain state of mind, like we are right now as you're watching this video, as I am as I'm doing this video, you're in a certain state of mind. But then a stressor could happen, whether it be alcohol, drugs, an event that happened in your life, a car accident, etc., etc., etc. It puts you in a different state of mind. So now you can no longer access or think of the current state of mind that you are in. It puts you in a different state of mind. Now you no longer have those capabilities to be, let's just say, rational or more rational. You will go into irrationality in the sense that you think you're in control when you're not. You're not in control. So it's a really fascinating thing. Another thing, I want to take you over here and check out something else, because this kind of popped into my mind this morning, and we're talking about like spiritual growth and whatnot in the Wawa method. And what I want you to do is just take a look at this blackberry bush. Notice all the different berries that we have on, and some are ripening, some have not. And that's the way we are on our spiritual path too. Not everyone ascends or moves higher in themselves at the same rate, at the same time. Notice not all of those berries are ripening at the same time. They all do it differently. So I'm moving because they're starting to do some construction back there. So anyway, I guess that will conclude this video. If you have more questions, please leave them in the comments below about innate human behavior and how it's affecting you and your thought processes and your mind. Have a great day.